Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Evolve with Emily show. I am your host, Emily Hayden, and you are listening to another Monday message. Every single Monday, I bring a message of the day to you guys. So here's today's message. Today, we're going to discuss the truest form of self-love, the actions and the moments in life where you choose the option and the choice that aligns with the highest version of you. That is the truest form of self-love. We live in a world that encourages things like meaningless sex with whomever you please, whenever you please. And what that does is it spiritually connects you in ways that you cannot even comprehend to people that you probably should have never been connected to in the first place. But hey, if you love yourself and if it's something you want and it's a desire that you have in a moment, go ahead, go for it. No harm, no foul. Love yourself, right? That's the messaging that we get from this world. Yet this thing, when used in the wrong context, can ruin relationships. It can ruin the beautiful sanctity of marriage. It can distort what community could actually look like. So many people lack community because they lack self-control and they only view other people for what they can get out of them. They want to fulfill every single desire that they have with every person they meet, rather than looking at this person for all the other beautiful attributes and things and value that this person has. You wonder why you lack community? Maybe it's because you aren't able to see the true value of the loving essence in other people. There's something so powerful when you start to realize the power of self-control, the power of intentionality. The world also encourages things like overconsumption of alcohol. Overconsumption of alcohol usually always leads to depression and shame and actions that don't align with your highest self, that make you live in this lifestyle of guilt, of shame. We even labeled it something cute called the Sunday Scaries. It's not cute. Your soul doesn't think it's cute. You wonder why you have this longing inside of your heart, this aching inside of your heart. It's because of the actions and the choices that you continually choose to make in your life. It's not to take away from any real struggle that you may have when it comes to any one of these things. I know people that deal with addictive personalities when it comes to food, alcohol, sex, pleasure, financial gain, whatever it is. So it's not to take away from those struggles, but you have to look at the fact that the world that we live in encourages those struggles. The world that we live in, the music that we listen to, everything encourages more of that. It encourages you to go and get messed up every other night with your friends. It encourages you to fulfill every single momentary desire that you have, which, if you look at the long road, how many times does that lead to a better version of you? How many times has it led to more hurt and more pain and more suffering, more loneliness? People, you have to realize the power in your choices. There is so much power in your choices, and it's not easy. It's hard. It's hard to say, no, I'm not gonna drink and get blacked out tonight. Maybe not for some, but for some people, that's a hard thing to not engage in alcohol. And maybe you think that you have control over it. You can just have one or two, and yet every time you find that you're blacking out, that's an issue. Maybe you're that person that when you're around somebody who you feel you have sexual desire for, you have to act on that sexual desire. And if you would really take a step back and look at it, you would realize you don't have control over this thing. This thing actually has control over you. And what is it producing in your life? That's what you guys have to ask. That is the question you have to ask. What is this thing producing in my life? Maybe getting drunk, having sex, binging on food. Maybe it feels good in the moment, but what is this thing producing in your life? And is that the life that you're really called to? The answer is no. The answer is no. You were meant for more, and you were called to more. It requires intentionality behind your choices right now today. It requires you to start making a shift in your actions, to start making a shift in your choices. You have to start choosing the harder option. Self-control is really difficult, but you can practice it. You can get better at it. You can create some healthy boundaries in your life so that you're not putting yourself in situations where you have to rely on willpower and self-control. You can set yourself up for success rather than putting yourself in situations and circumstances that you know are going to lead to your next failure. The world encourages things that bring death to your soul. And the second that you realize that, you can start to break free. from this matrix, this unconscious way of living, this unconscious way of living your life and making your choices that keeps you stuck in the same cycles and same patterns that you've always been in. You know where this road leads. So I don't know who I'm speaking to today, but you needed to hear this. You needed to hear that it's actually in your choices that is creating your reality. It's in your choices that is creating your suffering. It's in the thoughts that you allow to manifest inside of your brain and to circle around and around over and over again. It's in those thoughts that are creating your literal lived experience. You can have a great human experience. I know it's not always easy and it's not always fun and it hurts sometimes, no matter what you do, no matter what choices you make. But you can start to live a life that you, the version of yourself now, can only dream of. Vision. You have to get vision for your life. If you have no vision for your life, of course, you're going to choose to stay where you're at. You're going to choose to keep further perpetuating the story that you've always lived under. That victim story of why things are the way that they are, why you are the way that you are. Just accepting that that's how you are. That's how your friendships are. Sure, if you want to live that way, then choose to live that way. Make that conscious choice and stay there. But don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself and say that you are fulfilled and happy and have joy and peace and fulfillment and long-lasting relationships that you've always dreamed of. You don't. And if you want to make a change, if you want to live a different life, start making different decisions. Right now, today, you don't have tomorrow. Today is the only day that you have to start making decisions towards a better life, towards fulfillment, towards peace. So start identifying those things and those actions and those moments that don't bring you peace. Reflection is powerful. Sit down right now and reflect. Take inventory. What in your life needs to go? And make a conscious effort and a conscious change to make those changes in your life. Include a friend, include a family member, include a coach, include somebody on this life decision so that you have some outside accountability outside of yourself. You're the only one that can do it. You're the only one that can make these decisions, but add that extra layer of accountability. Let other people know about your boundaries. Don't keep it inside. Be who you are. Be fully who you are, in your weakness and in your strength. I believe in you. I believe that you can make these changes. But in order for you to actually make these changes in your life, you have to believe in you. You're not going to be perfect and you are going to fail sometimes. So have that in your mind going into it. You're going to have missteps. You're going to have a backtrack here and there. But if you will choose to not quit, if you will choose to wage war against all the things that are waging war against your soul, you will win. You will win. I promise. Do not give up. Do not give in, and do not allow a momentary setback to hold you back from the most fulfilling, beautiful, thrilling life that you have ever lived. There's more. There's more. There's more. There's more. You'll hear me say that time and time again because I know it to be true. So I encourage you, reflect, make those decisions in your life to choose different actions, and let today be the day that you not just listen to something that speaks to you, but you actually implement it into your life. Do not leave this podcast. Do not press stop without deciding how you're going to execute today. Thank you guys for listening to today's Monday message. If you enjoyed today's show, please do me a favor. Rate and review the show if you haven't done that already. That helps the podcast grow. Share the video on your Instagram stories, text it to a friend. Do whatever you need to do to get this word out. I believe it's an impactful word. I believe it's a word that will speak to people exactly wherever they're at in their journey. And I believe it will encourage them to live a better life, the life that they were actually called for. If you believe in that too, please share this message. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next Monday message.